I can't even talk anymore. We're sticking with Poppin' Twin B. Crappy, take us to the game reveal. Come on, let's find out who the GM is. Watch out, you're gonna get mopped up by Mop Man. I don't even remember. Toxic Crusaders. Toxie, that's his name. Hey, Toxie. You know who isn't Toxie, though? Our next GM, they've been around for a while. It's always fun, and I always think that they're a Chocobo. Say hello to Time Stalker. Come on in, non-Chocobo friend. Let's go ahead and give a game out today. Hey, Time Stalker, how you doing?
Hey, bro, how's it going today?
Going all right. I feel a little bit tired, but I think it's just been a rough week. Really. But yesterday and today have been pretty okay. And I'm excited. You know, we've only got 2 matches today, which means we'll be ending a little bit early. But we've got a full slate tomorrow, and then next week I'm going to Dallas. Yeah, a lot of good stuff coming up.
That's good.
Yeah, what about you? Anything exciting?
Just been doing, on Wednesdays I've been doing the BizHawk Shuffler Cafe thing that we do, and we're doing it with long games / RPGs right now, so that's been fun.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, is that the BizHawk Cafe that you're doing?
Yep.
Yeah, I know that quite a few people here have joined in with that, and I'm really glad. I'm glad that, people are having a lot of fun. One thing that I kind of want to try out sometime is Archipelago, which it's a randomizer with various games, but it scares me. I don't know. I don't know if I should be scared by that or not. It's just so much that I need, a therapist to come join me while I play.
I was involved in one where I had 10 games in it, so we had
fun.
a multi-world going on it, so that was fun.
Yeah. White Panther, if you want, we could probably do a Discord server game sometime. Yeah, I'll go ahead and keep that in mind because that would be pretty dang fun. Now, with that said, I'm doing pretty well, you know, but are the players going to be doing well? What are you giving them? I couldn't hear you there. What was that?
I said I've got a question to start off with you, bro.
Sure.
Do you like fairy tales?
I mean, I did. Folklore was a large part of my degree, and while I don't necessarily love fairy tales, I do love a lot of the meaning and stories and the reasons why fairy tales are told. Often as cautionary tales, often to keep teenagers from doing dumb things. Often, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm gonna say that. Not completely my jam, but I appreciate them.
Well, we're going to be dealing with one of the classic fairy tales, and once again, I'm choosing a game that has characters that have been on Kusogrand8 before, but not the actual game. We're going back to the Simpsons, because we've got Bart the Beanstalk on the Game Boy.
Oh no! Watch out! Homer's gonna squish ya! Well, Bart is gonna try to avoid parental abuse for the next hour, and whichever player can avoid dying the most, or, you know, whichever player can make the most progress throughout the course of this game will take the victory and get 10 points. The loser, the one who comes in fourth, only gets 2 points, but they're still in the tournament as long as they do not take, I believe it's third or fourth on their second match. They can still hang on. Just going to be a little bit harder to do it, but everybody playing is guaranteed to be able to have at least 2 matches if they so desire. Now, with that said, I think this is one of the games that we've eyed for Kusogrand8 before, or at least I have, but I never really looked that deep into it to see how useful it would be for Kusogrand8, or like if this is going to be a fun time. What do you think?
I think this one's going to be a little bit easier than the one I gave out last time with, Space Mutants is very obscure, and this one's got some bad things to it. It's really short, though. So we may see a clear on this even blind. Depends on how well the players take to the game.
I don't like this music. Let me try turning on the second player's music to see if it sounds the same.
They were saying it does sound very like it's underwater, and I would agree on that.
That sounds exactly the same. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so as it turns out, you heard it right, folks. This game sounds like it's drowning. Maybe that's a worthwhile fate for Bart. Some days he needs a little, stay hydrated, everybody. Don't get jaundice. These are the important lessons from The Simpsons today. Okay, I'm ready. So what would be some decent emotes for the players to spam?
Coins, beanstalks, or any plant life, bugs, because there's a lot of bugs in this game. Clouds.
Bags.
Do you have any treasure? Treasure works too.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I have to say thank you to Ancient Arc for gifting out a couple subs earlier. I really appreciate that. Yeah, now that I don't have the GDQ show, any of the support that people give is very appreciated. And I realize that I need to fix a couple of these screens because I didn't do it right. That's fine. Welcome to my life. I'm too tired to, fix it smoothly, so we're just doing it on the fly. That's okay. Bart gets what he deserves, which is me fixing it without changing to a different screen. Okay, we're gonna do the countdown. Spam all of your emotes now. Por favor, best of luck to the players. And it is countdown time. Oh yeah, Bart Pig. Duh, we have Bart Pig here. That's obviously a good emote to spam. Nancy, a cat. Okay, the cat is cool. Actually, no, that's not Nancy. It's just a cat with cool sunglasses. Okay, here we go.
Well, Brosenja, I hope you like this song, because it's the only stage song in the game.
Well, in that case, I gotta turn it up. I don't like that it's coming in through one ear than the other. That's a little less good. Okay,
so, you'll note that there are collectibles in this thing, and there is a little countdown collectible on the bottom, and just like for Space Mutants, when you have a boss in the stage, it will not spawn until you've collected those. Unfortunately, in this game, the manual does not mention that you need to collect enough to spawn the boss, so we could see them get to the boss and then not spawn it.
Oh no. I mean, it's fine. Whatever. Welcome to Kusogrand8. Not like that's never happened before.
One other thing is that this is a vertical stage, and there's a lot of climbing in this game, which normally is not bad with this because it does scroll down to prior portions of the stage. However, you fall faster than the screen. So if you fall far enough without hitting anything to land on, you will die just by falling off the bottom of the screen, even if there's supposed to be stuff underneath.
I mean, okay, yeah, I saw Willard J. Bradley did it right there, and it says, try again, man. Well, luckily this game does have a decent amount of lore. It's, come on, we're doing The Simpsons and a fairy tale. Of course this is gonna have lore. As it turns out, once upon a time, Time Stalker, there was a poor family with a son named Bart. They were so poor that all they had were some old donuts and a cow. What good were donuts without milk? When they finally ran out of donuts, Homer told Bart to go to town and sell the cow. On his way, Bart ran into a silly-looking man named Monty the Miser. He offered Bart some magic beans in exchange for the cow. Bart said, "No way, man." "I'll throw in a slingshot," said Monty. "Cool," said Bart. and he ran off towards home. He placed the beans on the table, but before he could tell everyone about his great deal, Homer popped the beans into his mouth, thinking they were delicious candy. Yuck, said Homer as he spat them out the window. Bart, go to your room. The next morning, when Bart looked outside, he saw a giant beanstalk going up into the clouds. Whoa, mama, said Bart. That's one giant beanstalk. He grabbed his slingshot and jumped out the window towards the adventure of a lifetime. Okay, that's actually a pretty good story. I think I like that. Obviously it is a twist on Jack and the Beanstalk, but with a little additional flavor throw in. I just love that Homer yelled, Bart, go to your room. So good.
So, Nordic picked up the paper plane, tried to use it on an enemy, and the thing flew up and around the enemy without actually hitting it.
Ow. Game over, dude. Do we already have a game over then? Oh no. By the way, look at this picture of Lisa. There you go, everybody. I just need you to see that because Lisa yeah. Chad is saying Willard's game over was intentional, which I could definitely understand.
That may be in part because I did not recall if this game had continues or not. I did not see any when I was doing it, but I got far enough in that I can't remember when I did that. So, I told them I did not recall, and that was the best I could give them on that.
Okay, cool. That's fine. It's one of those things that, especially with Game Boy games, you didn't necessarily have continues and such. With that said, this may be one of the better Simpsons games that we've had on Kusogrand8, although I'm thinking Camp Deadly was probably made by the same devs here, and that was also one of the better Simpsons games, though it had some pretty big flaws.
Yeah, and that's why I kept this one for the early rounds. I don't consider it horrible. It's definitely no virtual Bart. It's not even Bart versus the Space Mutants, but it has flaws. Like almost every Simpsons game has some flaws that are just game design decisions. You just go, why?
Yeah. By the way, I am issuing a flashing warning right now. This is.
I forgot there was a little bit of flashing, especially with the dynamite.
Yeah, you did ask the players about flashing, and it wasn't an issue for them. But, that's something that'll happen.
In regards to another game, I forgot that there was some. So.
I love it. Hey, everybody, welcome to Kusogrand8, where, as it turns out, a lot of bad games have a lot of flashing. But yeah, like right now, we're going to have occasional flashing on each of the screens, depending on taking damage. There is a possibility that all four could flash at the same time, so that could be a potential issue for viewers if the corner flashing is too much. Yeah.
I think this game suffers with a problem I have with a lot of Simpsons games too, is that avoiding damage in Simpsons games is ludicrously hard. Like, there are so many things where your hitbox is just gonna take damage, and you take damage over and over again.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Do you have unlimited ammo for your slingshot at least?
Yes. Your slingshot does have unlimited ammo. It can't hurt all the enemies, but like it cannot hurt the bees at all.
I really appreciate, by the way, that we have a team of referees all helping out with this. The referees for this match, we have a harp with Jerry Aris's face, as opposed to Jerry Aris. We have Yuge, Nudelekta, Dobby, and Linkura also in the wings as a backup over here. I appreciate all of the help that they are doing to make sure we know how the players are doing. So right now, essentially, the tracking is whoever makes it to the latest stage in the game, then whether the boss was reached, followed by the most collectibles that they have gotten in the level, or the least number remaining, which, how can you tell how many are remaining?
Bottom right corner, there's a coin collector on that.
Okay. And that's how many? Oh, okay, I see it going down. I thought it was going up, but no, it goes down.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, pay attention to the coins at the bottom right there. Willard only has 5 left.
Like there are no continues in this game, so a game over and it's back to the start.
That's fine. You know, nobody needs continues. Continues are overrated. Nah. I kind of dig this music, I gotta be honest.
I find it funny, and I didn't tell the players this, but there are only 2 actual bosses in this game. There's one in stage 1, there's one in stage 2, and then there isn't a boss the rest of the way.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, it's almost like everything got front-loaded with content, and then the manager said, we gotta ship this, you just need to finish this. And all the developers were like, oh my gosh, fine, whatever. And they just had to rush
Willard
and
has
get
reached
it
the
wrapped
first
up.
boss.
Oh no, what is this?
This is Ant Homer.
Ant Homer? Okay, I kind of love him. I would protect him.
And I'm kind of glad there are only 2 bosses in the game, because the bosses are kind of really easy.
By the way, I think that the best way that I can describe the physics in this game, there we go, Willard is through the boss. Very nice. One issue that I have with the controls is that everything seems very floaty with the controls. Does that sound about right? Like,
oh yeah, controls are very floaty. At least jump is a dedicated button, unlike in Space Mutants where you have to press some combinations together to get what the kind of jump you want.
But to be fair, that was by what was it? Imagineering. And this is by Software Creations, a different company. However, Software Creations, I think they've had a few rough games in the past. Oh, they made Cutthroat Island. Yeah.
So Willard ran into my favorite thing out of stage 2. He got hit by a missile and expected the missile to keep going, and the missile instead turned around and smacked him again.
Oh no. Beautiful. Okay, Willard still is in a definite lead this early on in the match. Of course, things could change over time. We still have just under 50 minutes left. We have a lot of game here. Oh, yeah. No, the missile!
The nice thing about stage 2 is that there are way more coins in there than you will actually need to get the boss to spawn.
Ah!
The problem is the platforming over things, because if you fall, you're dead, pretty much.
Yeah, and I saw Willard just walked over to the right near the castle. Yeah, this is an issue when okay, the Game Boy screen was super small. If you can't tell what is a platform and what's not when you're playing on an emulator, imagine the nightmare of playing this on a Game Boy. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, and this also has the fact that some of the clouds in stage 2 just vanish on you like yoga blocks, and so you have to make sure that you're not on those for very long and know where you need to jump to next.
I love it. I'm looking, by the way, one of the main people who worked on this game doing music was also a voice actor for Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. And it seems like for White Knight Chronicles, Disney Pixar Cars, Yeah, they ended. I think this is the only game that they really did musical composition, and otherwise they did voice acting for games.
Oh.
Yeah. With that said, there were a couple people who helped. Oh, Matthew Cannon, credited as Joe Smith. Matthew Cannon is the one who did the music here.
Why would you be credited as Joe Smith?
Well, look at this game.
Okay, fair point.
Yeah, So, is it the same Joe Smith who did the voices? I'm not sure. But yeah, the person who did the music for this also did the music for RoboCop 2 on the ZX Spectrum. There you go. You got your RoboCop connection, everybody. I thought you knew you wanted that,
Well, there's always more RoboCop connections.
Yeah, also Elf for Amiga, and DOS, did the sound for Hook on NES, as far as I can tell. Parasol Stars, Super Hunchback, another game that we've had more than once on Kusogrand8. I would say that, the music is one of the smaller issues with this game. I actually really dig the music. I think that this is fun, and actually kind of, maybe it doesn't quite fit the Simpsons aesthetic, but it definitely fits the fairy tale aesthetic.
Well, I will say I'm glad we don't have a consistent Simpsons theme song for this one, but I wish they did music more than one stage. There's only one track for all 6 stages.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, this is by Software Creations, okay? Their goal wasn't to make good software, it was to make software. And I would say that indeed they did create a software for this. Brian Ulrich, by the way, was the main producer here. Main producer and designer. They were also the ones who, from what I can... Why did I see Plock? They gotta think on Plocks. They did some of the writing for Star Tropics 2, possibly some of the translation work there. Yeah, not a whole lot of stellar games here. I see Disney's Beauty and the Beast for Genesis, which is... I don't think we've had any of the Genesis Beauty and the Beast games, but apparently they worked on 2 of them. I love it so much, unironically. There we go. Somehow everything also manages to connect back to Mortal Kombat, and the executive producer for Mortal Kombat 3, actually, let's see, what did they do? Yeah, they were the executive producer for this game. Yeah, as well as a programmer for the game Mermaid Madness on Commodore 64, as well as the Wimpy game, and by Wimpy I mean from Popeye, which was actually kind of a classic game if I think about it, Mermaid Madness, I need to know, why were the mermaids mad? What happened to them? Probably because they're on Moby games, the art is sideways, gross. Ugh.
Our BBZ is about to reach the boss, and they have all the coins they need.
Okay. Good.
Walked right into the boss.
Happens to the best of us. But that is still a mark of progress, making it to the boss and actually being able to fight it. Good. Oh my gosh. This music is so intense.
Yeah, the boss music's actually not bad.
I like it.
Especially for Game Boy.
There, I found Mermaid Madness. There you go. There's the mermaid there, just sort of chilling. She's kind of ugly though, I gotta be honest. Mermaids, you're supposed to be trying to seduce me, and you're gonna do it with this face?
There's a good face, Spot face.
Yeah, mermaid madness, more like mermaid. No, I'm not dating you. I'm sorry. Your face is terrifying me at this point. Go away. Come on, kill Homer Ant.
It is really a patience boss. Both bosses in this game are just. It requires you to be patient where you can hit it, and then you're not going to be able to get a lot of hits quickly.
Apparently, the ant is called Antzilla per the manual. So there we go. Official name is not Homer Ant, it is Antzilla. You can tell because it's big. Whoa. Yeah, this boss music is like, oh, they went all out with this. But if you didn't notice, chat, there are a lot of trills, which is a telltale sign that this was a British game, or at least a European game. And yeah, that is true for this game, which honestly, I love that style of music. I think that it's cool. I think that... yeah, it's a very unique style.
I forgot to mention this to you, by the way, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Those moving clouds, you don't move with moving clouds. You stay where you are. You have to move with the cloud in order to stay on it. Otherwise, you just fall off.
I mean, why would you move while standing on a platform that's also moving? I mean, what? An object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. Cloud is moving. You're at rest. Of course the cloud's gonna move without you. Duh. That's physics. Yeah, let's see how long it takes for people in chat to yell at me. You only hate me because I tell the truth.
They yell at you when you start streaming. I mean, that's not news.
Here we go. Willard is on to the second level with 3 extra lives. One main issue with this as well is that some of the darker clouds, especially the ones that aren't moving, disappear when you jump on them or sort of become trampolines, and there's no indication until you actually land on them that they're going to bounce you. Because, you know, why... Everybody I've seen jump on one for the first time died. That's this game for you. Okay. Willard has invincibility, I believe.
Yeah. Those eggs are make you invincible.
But Willard also really trying to not die here, but these puffs of air coming from the castle are a bit of an issue.
Blow you off.
Stop it, stupid air. Do-do-do-do-do. Da-da-da-da-do. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. I will say that if you're going to have a game that only has one stage theme, this passes. This passes the check for me. I'll probably, kind of be upset with it after an hour or so, but, you know, it's pretty good.
It starts to get annoying when you get frustrated.
People are wondering what happened to Bart, and I really do not know what happened to Bart, on any of the screens. He's got a hat, okay? If you like hats, just means he got stylish. No! Z in the bottom left fell to his death. Not a huge surprise. That happened to Willard as well. Oh no, we've got the Cloud fight from Willard. It's
Cloud Burns.
Cloud Burns. Wait. What does the manual call it?
I don't know what the official name is.
Cloud Monster.
I like mine better.
Why would you make such generic names for these bosses? Come on, Cloud Monster. It's literally Mr. Burns, who, per the lore, is also the same person who sold the beans to Bart. Why is Mr. Burns like multiple things in this universe? Like, what is happening here?
I have no idea.
Okay, here we've got the lightning round. Oh no, Willard! Oh. Try again, man. That's okay, 1 extra life should be enough to hopefully make some decent progress. Now, this boss's pattern is fairly straightforward. It does like 4 charges and then we'll go across the top, maybe 5 charges. Oh, he looped around that time. Then he does his run across the top shooting lightning. If you stand in the middle, Cloud, you will be safe during that move. It might come down to whoever can figure that out first, or whoever can just kill Cloud Monster. Nope, you're gonna get zapped. Oh, good dodge by Willard.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, so for those who are wondering, our referees say that Willard is currently in the lead, followed by ZZ. We have Martin in 3rd and Nordic TV in 4th. Mind you, the match is an hour long. There could be plenty of time for lead changes, especially if Martin and Nordic start getting a hang of this game. Zeezer is also going up against Cloud Burns. And that is a game over. Yeah, Willard, you gotta learn like whenever he charges at the bottom after doing his top lightning attack, he's going to go back to where he came from. Like, it's actually kind of complicated boss AI for the Game Boy era. Okay, this should be where he does his circle and then his lightning charges. Willard opting to go to the right. Still got hit, though. The middle Cloud is safe during that attack. Yeah, but, you know, this is the first time that the players have played this game. You know, they haven't had the chance to see how the other players are doing. They haven't had the chance to try these fights out before. Oh my gosh, Willard, you're terrifying me.
And this game is not altogether long. One good run could put anybody into the lead, because this game can be beaten in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's... Well, I'm thinking, like, Camp Deadly also wasn't very long for Game Boy. Though, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I think Escape from Camp Deadly was a different company. If I'm not mistaken, it was possibly the company that made Virtual Bart on Super Nintendo. If I'm not mistaken, that was made by a company in Utah, because of course Utah would put out the objectively worst Simpsons game in existence. Game over, dude! That was a very good push. However, Willard is going to go back to the beginning of the game. Luckily, once you know where the coins are and you sort of have a route through the first stage, it becomes a lot more trivial to just go through it, you know. Follow the same route that you have. If it's consistent and gets you all of the items that you need, great. Yeah, now, the referee...
Nordic has finally reached the first boss. I believe this is Nordic's first time.
I believe so. That means that Nordic could potentially move up to 3rd place. Now,
everybody else has seen stage 2, so Nordic would have to beat this boss and make some progress. But no, this is a really good push for Nordic, and everybody's making progress, which makes me happy.
You know what? The game actually told Martin that he did not have enough coins. How is this a bad game that actually tells you when you haven't achieved the condition to spawn the boss? What happened? That's good game design.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is possibly...
Unlike Bart versus the Space Mutants, where you just got to the end and it's like, oh, you can't progress. It doesn't tell you why you can't progress, but you can't progress.
This might be one of the best Simpsons games I have seen. With that said, it is still highly flawed, but, you know, I actually am kind of happy with this game. I think that if I played this as a kid, I would have had fun. I did enjoy Bart vs. the World, even though that game definitely fits on Kusogrand8.
Bart vs. the World is boring. That's my big problem with Bart vs. the World. The stages are way too long for what they need to be. You're doing the same thing over and over and over and
That's
over
if you
again
make it to the late
onward.
stages. Like,
No, stage 2 does that. When you have to climb in the ice stage, you have to go up and up and up and up to get to one ledge, and then you have to go down that same amount down another ledge. It's so boring.
Nordic, dying where everybody dies the first time they play this stage because there is no warning that the cloud... Like, here's the deal. You already stood on a cloud that looked like that, that moved back and forth, so you have no expectations it's going to be a bouncy cloud until you're dead.
And lightning also being right there for the first time you see one of those is also really heinous, because you don't want to take damage, so you jump on it thinking, okay, I'll just wait until the lightning goes, and oh, platform's gone away.
No, Martin dying where everybody dies on this level. Yeah, Martin and Nordic are both experiencing the trolls of this level, like, right away. No, Martin has learned that, oh, Nordic, no! The lives drained. The drain.
Yeah, I love the fact that there's just so much instant death in the second stage, and you can't see half of it.
I love it. I love it. It's not good design, but, you know, it is design that somebody made. At the same time, like, you know,
I'm gonna say this, as a Kuso GM, it's design that makes me happy, because I love watching things like that, especially when players experience it for the first time. Like when every player found that in the first stage, where they fall faster than the screen, so they die even though they know there's a platform like a foot and a half below.
Oh yeah.
That kind of stuff just makes me laugh. I cackled out loud the first time I experienced that. I thought that was so funny.
It's pretty great. And honestly, you know, especially if the people working on this, if this was one of their first games that they designed when it comes to level design, that's very forgivable. If, you know, as it turns out, the producer of the game was also the designer of the game, and oftentimes upper management just, they're like, get a game out, you know. And if a game looks good, then it doesn't necessarily matter in a lot of cases if the game plays super well. I'd say that there are a lot of good things about this game, but oh, level 2 is a butt.
This is the type of game that I would have given out when I was doing my race group Time Attack, during the April stuff, because I love to give out stupid games on that. I did give out Bart vs. Space Mutants one year for that. I had people mad about that because I gave them infinite continues, so we were playing and everybody went full game over.
Now, fun story here. Yeah, one of the people who worked on this actually did end up working on Bart's Nightmare as well. You know, even though it wasn't necessarily the same development company, I guess they were both touched by Acclaim in some way or another, and the guy who helped with some of the additional design here did for Bart's Nightmare. And, Bart's Nightmare is one that I actually argue that I enjoy the design for that game, even though, I think it's a game that you either love or you hate, and that there's very little in between, and it's a game that I actually genuinely love.
I like a lot of the game design of Bart's Nightmare. The overworld design is atrocious.
I feel like I'm the only human in the world who likes the overworld design of Bart's Nightmare, okay?
The overworld design could have been good. I'm gonna say that right now. The overworld design could have been good if they didn't make it so that you had to go so long between pages the more you collected.
Yeah. Okay, Caesar. No! The lightning got ya. Unfortunately, that is a death, but there is one extra life. Willard also fighting Cloud Burns.
Yeah, Willard's got 4 lives to deal with this boss, so I think we're gonna see Willard clear this stage.
Yeah, I don't think Caesar is gonna get it this time, but Caesar's putting it in a good effort. And honestly, like, learning the boss pattern so that you can consistently get through it is more important.
Willard has gotten the chase portion of it down, but he's still not seeing what you saw, where with the lightning that you can just stand on that center one.
Yeah, and if you stand in the right place without, like, on the right or the left, you have a little bit of a window there that you can stand without getting zapped by the lightning. But again, it's not the most consistent thing in the world. Ooh, okay, Willard. And there we go. Zapped to his death. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
I'm one of those people, honestly, that a lot of Simpsons games, I find them flawed but fun.
Yeah, I mean,
there are a few Simpsons games that I will say are just absolute. Don't play these ever because they're really bad. I think a lot of them have good ideas, even if they don't execute them well.
Oh, very much agreed here. Okay, Willard has learned standing in the middle during Burns' lightning rush is the right way to go about this. Now, the big question, I believe Burns is going to do the full square on this next charge, if I'm not mistaken. There we go, and now the lightning strikes. Yeah, see? I know. I've learned the boss's cycle. If Willard can kill the boss, that is going to be a significant lead at getting to stage 3 before everybody else. Okay, should be the lightning charges. There we go.
Don Ravioli is asking if Bart versus the Juggernauts is one of the big no ones, and I actually never played that one.
Oh, it's a nightmare. Oh my gosh. I forgot that it existed.
The ones that I've played that it's just like, I really can't defend. Virtual Bart is awful. Like, I don't know what it is, the design.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Willard onto stage 3, and immediately an item showed up that would hurt you, and you have to move. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Almost everything in this stage will hurt you. Like, even the things you're supposed to jump on, part of them. Like the candles, if you're in the center when they're lit, they'll hurt you. The bounce pads, the right-hand side of the bounce pad will hurt you.
Well, I mean, it looked like they were mouse traps, so, like, it's understandable. A mousetrap can fling, but it can also snap. And, here's the deal. Mousetraps normally not really gonna hurt humans too much. It'll maybe make you sting a little bit. But when you're a little baby Bart here, not actually baby Bart, but yeah, wait, it doesn't even hurt you by snapping closed?
No, it's just it's like a thumbtack on the right hand side. That's all it is.
I'm relatively sure that's supposed to be a mousetrap, but whatever, I guess.
Back to what I was saying. Virtual Bart's one. The other one that I don't have any defense for, and I don't understand most of the design decisions in that game is Bartman meets Radioactive Man. I really just do not understand the design decisions for that game.
So, apparently, per the lore of the game, going into the castle, Mrs. Homer the Huge is willing to let you in, providing that you promise not to swipe her husband's prized possessions. You give her your word and make a beeline straight for them. I love it. All you have to do is get in the door, and then it's like, suckers. Yoink. Yeah. Okay, giant sewing needles, titanic traps, monstrous mice they're designed to catch. They're definitely mouse traps. Okay. Survive the super scale snare, and you'll find yourself just in time for dinner. The giant's dinner, a behemoth bowl of soup. Uh-oh, I want to see the soup.
I do too, because it sure is a decision.
I like soup. My decision is that I like soup, okay? Like, I need more soup in my life. Like, I don't have enough soup. Like, maybe not every day, but every other day would be fine. Like and subscribe for soup, everybody.
And I love the enemies that just come at you from off screen, and it's so fast that it's really hard to dodge them.
Yeah. Vroom vroom. So, Willard has a very definitive lead at this point. Z is currently in second, making it to the boss. And as it turns out, Nordic and Martin have both collected the same number of coins on level 2. It's just Martin did it significantly earlier than Nordic, meaning that Nordic is currently in fourth, but really all it takes is getting to the next stage and collecting one more coin, and Nordic moves up to third place.
Yeah.
Z, meanwhile, making a very decent push through stage 2. Obviously, this cloud section is a bit of a nightmare since you don't automatically move with the clouds, because why would you? Actually, that's a good point. Clouds have no friction. So it would make sense that a cloud would move underneath you. However, if clouds have no friction, they also shouldn't hold you up because, just the way clouds work. Never mind. It's dumb. There's no logic to this. It's the Simpsons.
Bro, once again, I have to ask, are you trying to apply logic to a Simpsons video game?
I'm trying to apply logic to every game that's on Kusogrand8, okay?
That's an exercise in frustration.
Yeah.
They're
and
on
I'm frustrated.
They're on Kusogrand8 probably because they don't follow physics.
Zeezer, you knew that he was going to do the square charge. It's just Zeezer wasn't lined up quite correctly to deal with it, and that's fine. I find it weird that the music sometimes gets a little bit higher pitched than it was before, and I don't know why. Like, I'm relatively sure that it's a game thing and not an OBS thing. And it's really bothering me. I'm gonna have to go and play this game myself just a little bit, or at least turn it on to see if it is changing the pitch or if it is an OBS thing, because, like, I don't even know how you would, like, program a game so terribly that the pitch goes up or down. I can see speed in music being an issue, which I've heard plenty of times.
White Panther's pointing out something that I wanted to talk about, but with the candles, Willard is really struggling with them. There is a very short period of time where you can walk through them. However, especially in the later portion, there is an invincibility egg, so you can just take the egg and go through the candles without worrying about anything.
Oh yeah. Honestly, definitely the way to go. Willard only has 8 coins left to collect. Yeah, there are a lot of cases in this game where if you don't move perfectly while doing blind jumps, mind you, you will get hurt.
Well, and then there's that instance of what happened to Willard just there. You have the trampoline portion that you have to take to get over to the other side, but it takes you and lands you right on damage. You can't avoid the damage on that one.
I feel like if you lined it up just right, it might be pixel perfect or close to, but, making a blind jump that's pixel perfect isn't something that people do. At least, like, when you're trying to play a game for the first time, it's probably not going to happen very reliably.
Okay, looks like Willard's gonna show us the soup.
Get the soup!
And Caesar's made it to stage 3.
No!
And Willard goes right
Willard
to the
walks
soup.
right into the soup! Don't do that!
Okay,
He looked so
coins-
happy as he died in the soup.
okay, the coins in this one randomly spawn.
Okay.
So you have to keep jumping and avoiding the salt shaker and not falling in and avoiding the soup bubbles that pop and can cause damage, and find the coins as they spawn in order to get out of the stage.
Yeah, and the rule here is in order to move from cracker to cracker, you have to jump. If you do not jump, you go straight into the soup. Perspective doesn't make sense here. It does
It very
not
much
make
doesn't.
sense at all, and that is horrifying. I love it. By the way, Nordic has a chance to move into third place here. It should just be one more coin, and that will be a change between fourth and third. There's invincibility egg. Go, Nordic. One more coin. That's all you need. Oh my gosh. And there we go. Third place for Nordic right now. Caesar is also on to the castle stage and has a chance to actually pass Willard up. Caesar currently has 2 extra lives. That's pretty good.
Yep. One of the other things about this game that I didn't mention, it is in the manual. If you collect 3 coins in a single jump, you actually get invincibility as well.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So if you are, Caesar showed it off one time when he was jumping down and picking up the coins as he fell. You pick up.
No, Caesar, no! That was a good try, but unfortunately, platform detection is a little bit of an issue with this game. Oh my gosh.
Hitboxes. What are those?
Yeah, one other thing that I don't particularly like about this is how long it takes to shoot your slingshot. It takes maybe like half a second to actually get the bullet fired, and that, means that it's really difficult to actually deal quick damage to anything. Yeah, you see Martin trying to kill this bug.
Games. Like, rate of fire in most Simpsons games is between slow and non-existent.
Yeah, it's an issue.
I'm gonna check the manual what it said because I wasn't sure if it was 3 or 5. Oh no, okay. Collect 3 in a single jump, you get health back. Collect 4 in a single jump, and you get temporary invulnerability.
Okay.
So you can get health back, and see there, Caesar picked up 3 or 4 coins in a row and went invincible for a short period of time.
Yeah, I see right there. That's very helpful. I honestly love that they give you a few more resources than... Oh, Caesar managed to make the impossible jump. I told you, Time Stalker. You might be able to make that jump without taking any damage, and Caesar has proven me right.
Nordic has also made it to the stage 2 boss, which means that is a very solid third place, because in order for Martin to pass Nordic up, they'd have to beat the boss.
Okay, Nordic getting a very lucky dodge. Unfortunately, still figuring out the pattern for Burns Cloud. Okay. No, you walked into the lightning. Game over, dude. But it might not necessarily matter. Martin needs to get to the boss and beat it in order to move out of fourth place. It's
I'm
very
currently
possible.
watching Caesar because Caesar has all the coins they need. If they get to the end of the stage and get the soup level, I believe they need just 2 coins, and they'll move in first.
Oh my gosh. The boss music is so intense. Like, it doesn't need to be this way. Okay, Caesar. What?
No, you have to go up.
Gotta go to the exit.
A platform that's above you is where the exit is.
Can you not jump on the teacups?
No, you can't. They're background.
That's stupid. Okay. And here's why. I don't know. Like, why... in order to make things look like background, you need to give them more contrast. That's why. Or not more contrast, less contrast. Make them look like they're part of the background instead of making them look like every other freaking platform around. The gray bricks also kind of throw me off a little bit.
Oh, no, Caesar just needs to go right. And...
To the right!
Oh,
no!
Caesar, no!
Caesar, to the right! Just walk to the right! All the way! All the way! There we go!
There we go! Okay. Now, yeah.
No!
Oh, no!
Are you serious? The cracker
yes.
fell in the... This is... Yeah.
Oh, no!
Yeah, if you want to go to the cracker down below, you have to jump. You can't just walk. Remember.
But unfortunately, that's... because Willard got one coin first, Willard's still in first.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I thought Caesar was going to get that second one, and then the cracker fell out from under them on the first try. It's like, oh no.
Willard trying to remember... Oh, trying to lure the cloud over. Okay. Yeah, I thought Willard might be dealing with a blind jump, but no, it was just a patience jump. I hate that. You know, what... Like, when you can't see a moving platform because it's off screen, and so you just have to wait, and it's like, I personally didn't see it. And because of that, I might be tempted to try to make a blind jump and then suddenly, during the blind jump, see that there's a moving platform and be like, well, I'm dead. There's nothing I can do at this point. Just dead.
Oh, chat saying this. As far as I can tell, the only thing fast in this game is the speed of your life train when you're in the soup. I love it.
Yeah, but you can't get out of the soup. As soon as you're in the soup, you're dead. Oh no! Martin is game over. But, oh, lightning time, Willard. Remember, the middle is the safe. Yeah, Willard has learned.
Willard's got this boss pretty down pat.
Yeah. You know, I did see people who worked on this, at least one of them worked on Bart's House of Weirdness, which is another kind of Kuso classic that we've had. Pfizer used to speedrun that, and it's... The final level in that game is basically designed to be impossible and stupid in so many ways. Just the waterfall section alone, I think it took me like 40 minutes at least. It's
I don't
the worst waterfall.
I don't think we're gonna get there, so I just want to bring it up. The last two stages are auto-scrollers. One is going back over the clouds to the left with the same problems that you had, except now the screen is moving automatically on you. And the other is down the beanstalk, and if you get caught on any of the ledges, you take damage. Because you run out of screen and get grabbed.
Oh no! Okay, fun. We'll see. We probably won't see, but who knows? There's a chance. Honestly, I've been doing a lot of thinking about auto-scrollers, the bane of any speedrunner's existence. I actually don't hate them as much as some speedrunners do, but I've been thinking about ways that I could implement certain mechanics from platformers in a platformer, and I have thought of some ways to disguise an auto-scroller in a way that, like, makes it fit into a lore of a game, and I'm really excited to try that out. I'm gonna make an auto-scroller, Time Stalker, and you can't stop me.
One of my favorite weird auto-scrollers was from a game called Mazen Saga.
Okay.
And the game is a normal beat 'em up until the middle of World 3, and then you're racing along an auto-scroller, which part of the auto-scroller ledges are like the arms of the enemy that you have to run along and stuff like that. It is so bizarre.
Yeah, the sort of auto-scroller idea that I had, because I'm looking at making sort of a Western-esque aesthetic, and there's a mining town, an old mining town that I know of in Arizona named Jerome, that's built like on the side of a mountain. All of the roads are steep, and every year the town basically slides, I can't remember how many inches it slides down the mountain, but it's continuously sliding. And I was like, you know, you could just take a landslide for a town sliding down a mountain, and bam, now you have an auto-scroller, except that, like, technically you're not really moving, it's the town that's moving. And so, like, yeah. If I manage to pull that off and make it, like, actually enjoyable, that'll be fun.
We're getting down to the end of the match, and Willard's fighting Soup.
No!
At least we don't.
Willard! Okay,
have
good job. Good job jumping straight up.
At least we don't have curly yells for the Soup.
Oh my gosh, the salt hurts so much. Why does the salt hurt? Where's the coin?
Willard needs to go down. It's down and then over 2 is where the next point is.
But at the same time, like, it's extremely dangerous.
This is where I don't get on this game. Like, okay, Willard had one of the platforms go away, but he fell down and landed on another one of the crackers below. But then he misses the jump, and it just automatically falls into the soup. It's not consistent about where exactly you fall down.
Yeah, this fight is particularly dumb.
There we go, Willard. Now, see, he's picking up coins rather fast.
Oh, yeah.
We might see the auto-scroller.
Okay, we're up to 7 coins, 6 coins left. Come on, Willard. Defeat Soup Monster, a.k.a. your father, probably. I don't know. I could be a soup monster. Do da 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 da.
I still have to get my stuff together for what I'm planning to do for you for Don't Make Us Bored for April.
Ah, yeah.
Because I'm going to make you play.
Making me play games on my own channel? How dare you? Oh, everybody, yeah, just so you know, this next week...
Through Soup.
Very
nice. Wait, there's one more before the auto-scroller, the dungeon. I forgot about the dungeon.
Yeah, with that said, I think that... Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just saw that the manual for the end of the soup section said that you need to practice so that you become an unseasoned veteran.
Unseasoned veteran, yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah, the dungeon. With Homer the Huge snoring away, you begin your hunt for anything of value that's not nailed down. Namely, the goose that lays golden eggs, the bag of gold, and the singing harp. Although the giant may be out like a light, you should stay out of light too, because the giant sleeps with one eye open. And if he sees his prized possessions being swiped, he's sure to take a swipe at you. If he catches you,
that just happened to Willard. He got squashed.
Yeah, you don't want to get squashed, everybody.
Ooh, Martin has a chance. If Martin can take out this boss, he'll move into 3rd.
Martin, yeah, with 2 extra lives, this is very doable. But Martin still doesn't know the boss pattern, and you really need to learn how to do it in order to get through it. Martin might actually have a death or 2 here. As it turns out, touching Mr. Burns is one of the deadliest things that you can do. He hurts. Probably because of how gross he is. Yeah, I am pretty confident, though, in saying that Willard is taking the victory here.
Yeah, I don't think
Martin
anybody
did
catches
somehow
Willard.
corrupt the lightning sprite, and I don't know how. But yeah, watch the lightning zaps. If there are any before Martin dies or kills the boss. Come on. Yeah, see? Like, what happened to the lightning?
Oh no, Martin! Last chance. Oh, this is gonna be so close.
Wow. The paper airplane is like a Fester's Quest bullet.
Yeah, it's awful.
Martin, just stand in the middle. This is your last shot to move out of last place.
Given this is the first time
Hungry
Martin's
Hippo,
seen-
man. Thank you so much for all of... What? 10 gift subs? You are so cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, Martin dodged the lightning, but can he dodge burns? Nope. Game over, dude.
Oh, and that's probably gonna do it.
Listen to this music, though. It's so good. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, still hopping right back into it. That's what I love, you know? Kusogrand8, you never really know if there's going to be some sort of secret within the levels, and if, unless otherwise stated, warps are usually allowed as long as they're not huge or unexpected. I know that there was one match we had a while ago where a player managed to randomly encounter a warp that, all of the testers didn't know about and encountered it in like the first 2 minutes of gameplay. And it's like, wait a second, we are confused. We don't know what you did. Good job. But what the crap?
Hungry Hippo Man is calling you out for lying on the internet.
Why? What did I say?
Ugh.
I never lie, says the liar. I know. I will... You know what? Too bad. You come here for the lies. You don't come here for the boring stuff. Oh, we have peace from the Simpsons music because that is time. Everybody give it up for the players, especially Willard J. Bradley, who takes the victory here. Fall takes second place, and I believe between third and fourth, Nordic is third and Martin is fourth. The referees, of course, are the ones who will make the final call there, but that is the information that I'm seeing right there. Let me go ahead and welcome Willard in to come and chat if they would like. I just need to specify join general voice because they always ask that. Oh, never mind. There we go. Willard's here. Hello, Willard, and congratulations on taking the victory today.
I did it!
You did, yeah. You weren't the only person who made it to the soup.
Okay.
So it is a good thing that you managed to get a pushback there. You were technically still in the lead because nobody collected more than one coin, but the soup is stupid.
You take one step and you're dead, and I'm like, oh, one of those bosses, huh? And yeah, it took me a while to figure out what I was supposed to be doing because, like, I didn't even notice the coin because I was too busy like panicking about not falling in the soup. And then the second coin is like super well hidden.
Yeah. It's a little ridiculous. I gotta be honest. Oh my gosh.
And the platforming on the soup level, like sometimes the game would decide for you which layer you're on. So it's like, oh no, you weren't trying to jump down to the bottom layer. You just barely missed the top layer, and now you're dead. It was good.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it was really close between you and Caesar for a second because you both got exactly 1 point on the soup level the first time you got there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, with
Caesar almost got to the second coin, but when he landed on one of the platforms, it vanished underneath him and he died.
Yup.
Yeah, I have to ask. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, you go first.
Well, I was going to ask, what do you think of the game overall?
It's really funny because last Kuso, which was my first ever, my first round game was a Game Boy platformer. So I was like, all right, this is the tradition now. And this one, the other one was Jurassic Boy 2 or something like that, like the Sonic ripoff. This one was competent enough that I actually had fun with this one. I didn't hate my time.
I think you liked the first game I gave you too. You were enjoying Pirates.
Pirates was good too, yeah. Except for no complaints because I won that race. I'm not allowed to complain. That's the rule.
Yeah.
Once I figured out like what you had to do in this game, like I mean, I read the manual a couple times over, so I had an idea, but you don't really know until you're actually thrown into it.
Well, and the manual does not tell you that you need to collect all the coins so that you can spawn the boss. The game tells you that when you get there. If you don't have the coins, but
I figured that out. I think I picked up on that from the manual just with the context clues, and it wasn't until I think the third level where I was like, okay, where's the boss? But no, the level just ends, and then you go to
there are no bosses after the second level.
So I was like, okay, cool. I can just damage boost through all these really annoying candle platforms, which are hard to get through anyway, and just because you get full health in the next round anyway, so it worked out.
Well, you did really well with the game.
Oh yeah, I'd say you did. Do you like the game overall? Is it something that like you don't recommend? Like, what are your thoughts about it?
I mean, I wouldn't play it again by choice. Maybe with save states just so I can see the ending. I did love that I made it to that level, which I don't remember. I don't know. That's like the second to last level, I think. Maybe
the third to last of the dungeon.
Third to last. Okay. Oh yeah, because you have to like escape from the castle afterwards. But I just love that it ended with me getting squished by a thumb. I couldn't figure out, like, I was taking damage because I think I was getting spotted or something, and then thumb. And then,
thumb.
I just cackled afterwards and like, well, I only have 4 minutes left. I'm not making any time. I'll just sit on this score screen. But no, I liked the game. It was fun. I enjoyed my time.
Yeah, I think that out of all of the Simpsons games out there, this is one of the more enjoyable ones. And it has its flaws. The physics have pretty big problems. Yeah.
Very, very slippery. The spawning death pits if you jump too high. The slingshot was very slow. Just very slow.
Yeah, all of that combined definitely made for a challenging experience, but yeah. I think that even with all of that, I think I'd still rather play this than
Bart's
definitely
Nightmare?
I kind of like Bart's Nightmare. Virtual Bart, definitely I don't like this as much. Bart versus the Space Mutants, this is better. Probably I'd rather play this than Bart versus the World. Yeah, there are a lot of not very good ones.
Bart games I haven't played. I will say my only complaint about this game, like design-wise, was it was the same thing when I played Yo-Noid. The platforms, you don't move with the platforms. You land on them, and they move underneath your feet, and that always throws me off.
Yeah,
and it's terrifying when it's one fall and you're dead.
I think everybody died to that the first time, and everybody died to the first one that vanished on you because they were afraid of the lightning.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Willard, what are you doing over on your stream these days? Anything exciting and fun?
Well, I just wrapped up a 45-game Super Nintendo streamathon, so that was a hoot. Played a lot of really fun games. Going to be gearing up for a Sega Genesis a streamathon at some point in the future, but until then, I'm doing a lot of randomizers.
Ooh, okay.
Primarily Zelda. I'm gearing up for a charity marathon. where I'm going to be doing a Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask combo rando co-op with a buddy. And then I'm also going to be doing some Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons shuffler rando.
Oh, sweet.
So, we got the goods.
Yeah, you should let us know when that's happening. Actually, like, do you have a date set, or is it coming up just soon?
First week of April, I believe.
First week of April, okay. Not too far away. Yeah, be sure to remind us when we get close, because I love to share what's happening in the community when they have events happening, having their own charity fundraisers as well. It's always really cool. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Willard, and congratulations. Congrats on everybody else here.
All right.
Yeah, and I will see you and Time Stalker later.
GG's to everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah.
See you later.
See ya. Well, everybody, I'm going to run a quick ad, and we will be right back with our second and last match of the day. We do have 4 tomorrow, though, so don't stress. Stay tuned.